All right, welcome back to the final round 2022 Apex Open coverage. This is the back 11 of the final round, brought to you by Caddy Daddy. I'm Brooke Hughes-Bronner, and I'm here with Cy.
I'm excited to see this back 11 and see how things shape up.
So our feature, or our lead card for this final round, we got Josh Hatcher, Huntington Coates. They are our clear and away leaders at this point with 11 holes to go. Jaspin Johnson is in third place on this card. We haven't done a chase card check-in, and then I'm rounding out your lead card coverage. Oh, we gotta see how great some of these shots are already. So yeah, this is the Hatcher and Huntington show at 30 and 26 under par. Jaspin and I are trying to make good on being on lead card the final round at 18 and 15 down.
We've got a 4-stroke deficit between second and first place and 11 holes to play, so this should be pretty interesting. So
here we are, 200 feet downhill. This basket is pushed back to the right a little bit. This
Past that bush you can see there.
Absolutely. So this is a really kind of touchy shot. We see Hatcher does a great job here with the forehand, gets a little bit of a checkup, and is in a great location.
Yes, that is a fantastic place to see, well said. Or B.
B, yeah. And Huntington trying to follow that line and does it even better.
Looking really smooth. That was very soft flight. You don't want to come in too hard on this green with the angles.
I think that was another Berg from Huntington. Mm-hmm. And a little inside from Jaspin.
Found the foliage there. Definitely a tricky approach, so we'll see how he handles that.
And I'm going Toro here, trying to match those lines. This is my glideless disc.
Wow.
And I got the counter there. I was not expecting the counter. I'd been skipping way past the short position all week, and I thought I was going to be perfect.
That took all of the energy out of your flight there.
And this is the cherry danger. So Jaspin goes a little bit long on his approach and gets a super big roll away.
Oh!
I really wanted that one, but I checked up.
Not too much risk there.
Yeah, similar shot from Jaspin. He gets unlucky, I check up, it's just cherry.
That is, yes, you said it, that is a very classic, oh, yep.
And it's tricky when you get down there. There's a lot of trees.
Let's go!
And that's a great putt, but it doesn't stay in.
My feelings are hurt. Wow.
And Hatcher's does stay in.
Gets it in there.
Let's see if Huntington can match. Absolutely.
Nice. Solid hit for 2 on that one.
A little bit of a comebacker.
Ooh, 2 chains.
Right side chains.
But she's in, playing it risky and not necessarily getting too punished for it. I like playing on that line.
So hole 13, 240 feet. We are playing to this right side pin position. It's kind of like a big straight to finish hyzer or just a spike hyzer. Trying to hit this right side gap as we see Josh come out a little early.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be really tricky. I mean, it's not a super, it's not a super crowded green, but being short off the tee is definitely not what you want.
And Huntington with the correction. A little bit of a, slide away, but that's totally good.
A little bit of ground play to be expected, but I'm thinking that a lot of the players on this card are hoping for a 2 on this one. I would think so.
And I tried to go a little bit higher and kind of stall it out, and I slid to, I think, about circle's edge.
But as a taller guy, you'll definitely have those trees in the way, it looks like.
I usually do.
And another short off of the tee. Let's see.
A good looking approach from Josh. Yeah, he does a great job executing that standstill approach.
Mm-hmm. It's a great shot to have in the bag. This looks pretty nice as well.
There's a little ground play, but not too bad.
That'll be tricky. The basket does have a little bit of a drop off there, but I'm sure nothing to be too worried about.
And a great save from Josh.
Excellent commitment on that putt.
And that was not a great effort from edge of circle. Would love to hit at least metal.
Right, it had the tempo and it had the height, but good comebacker there to kind of finish it up.
And we see Huntington with the solo 2 potentially.
Taking his time.
Does a great job.
Yep.
All right, hole 14, 208 feet. This basket position is up here to the right, so you're either doing a backhand straight shot or a forehand, kind of a technical hyzer play.
I really enjoy this hole. I think this one is super fun and challenging.
So we'll see Huntington start off with the forehand hyzer. And he flips it over. I don't think he was looking to get that much flip on that disc. He's a little bit long left. So Josh trying to make the correction and bring it a little bit closer inside.
A lot closer.
But he leaves it low.
Which is certainly, I mean, not the worst mistake you can make. The green is not super crowded.
And here I am with either a Firebird or Pioneer. And I catch one of the last Guardian trees.
I liked the tempo and angle on that one. That one looked like, you know, minus that tree, that was going to check up nicely. And we've got a lone backhand here.
The fun play, I do that in casual rounds all the time, but he also leaves it a little bit left.
I love the backhand line.
Absolutely. It's super fun to throw. I just don't have quite as much confidence in it in a tournament.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to find a really good disc for it. This is going to be a challenging putt here for Josh, giving it some effort.
And pin high right, it definitely could have gone in.
Excellent height. I like the commitment on that.
And Jaspin, a little bit of a roll away, a cherry roll away.
I mean, it wouldn't be complete without one, and that wasn't bad.
And
considering cherry of all cherry rollaways.
And I hit metal and also get a roll away. So here I am.
About same distance?
A little farther, but at 20-25. And after I missed my last 20 to 25 foot putt, I'm still feeling a little bit nervy.
Right, and then kind of considering the round hasn't necessarily been swinging too heavily in your direction either. Bit of an uphill battle at this point.
Right, I'm definitely trying to get my mental game together, just try and finish out the round strong, but I'm feeling it on all these putts.
I mean, you know, setting score aside, that's where the rounds are won there, and kind of overcoming those battles that you can find moving forward here.
All right, hole 15, 210 feet downhill. This is one of the most downhill shots. This does not do it justice for how downhill this is, but you're just trying to throw something that's going to come to the ground when it gets to that 200 foot mark, as we see Huntington do a decent job.
Yeah, that'll be circle's edge, circle's two.
Yeah, absolutely. And there we go. Hatcher, similar, but gets caught up early.
I mean, just to be frank, that's not a good spot.
Yeah, it's definitely very tricky. No birdies are coming from there.
Yeah. I like this so far. If it can slow down a little bit. Oh.
Great shot from Jaspin.
This hole is notorious for the park it for birdie and roll 70 feet.
And
looked like a little bit more of a flex line there, but gets caught super early.
I was trying to go justice so I could really throw it on Annie and then trust that it would come back after it made the tunnel, but left it a little. I'm going to hit the one Guardian you have to beat.
And I like mid-range. I like the justice too, taking the speed away a little bit. I think that was a smart choice at least. And
I had a poor
risque
layup, I think. I think that was my par save, and I felt like I really needed to make that.
I see.
So once again, leaving myself short on the approach, but can Huntington? Yes, he can.
Ooh.
A great two.
Yes, you can see some determination here.
All right, Jaspin with the 2 and Hatcher tapping in his 3, and all of a sudden it's now only a 2-stroke lead. And I believe we'll see me tapping in for bogey here. Yeah, that was the bogey. All right, hole 16, 185. This is one of the ones that I can't remember if this one got moved. We will see if this one got moved. So this is either a short to the right or long and deep, but I think this is still short to the right.
Yeah, I believe this is showing current position from my recollection, and I feel like it's safe to say scariest green on the course.
Absolutely. Like, you can be 15 feet away and think hard if you're going to lay up.
And, you know, your birdie look is going to be really difficult because you could be 60, 70 feet down the hill, even if that was a beautiful shot.
That was as good as you can throw it with the Berg. Huntington is putting on a clinic with how to throw the Berg this weekend. See if Jaspin can follow.
But even an approach for 3 could be severely challenging. I think that's an interesting mistake to make coming up, being a little bit too afraid of that green.
And here we have Josh, a little inside.
Pretty stable.
Looks like it might have sat, and he might be okay with the look.
And a safe uphill run. Another standstill from you.
This is so short. I'm really just trying not to overdo it, but I underdid it instead.
Yeah, that's pretty challenging. I'm a backhand player, so this hole is super challenging for me. And it was a touchy putter shot.
Yeah, a little bit uphill, but not too hard. This is an important one.
Wow.
Great birdie from Josh.
Gave it all of the height he needed. That was a fantastic putt. You can see how much drop off there was.
Yeah, if he doesn't make that, or if he hits metal, he could be rolling away. And
full commitment.
Once again, this was me taking away the star frame from the group, but that's okay. So here we are, hole 17, 205 feet. You're just trying to go dead straight up this hill.
And get it too. I feel like this is what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's challenging, but the line I feel like doesn't play too difficult. It plays to a nice, well-executed, straight shot with a good finish.
Just like that.
Yeah, as we can see here. If anything, yeah, a little bit long. Put some mustard on it.
I think that's circle too long, but he hit the line, and that's the most important part.
And I think that can happen at Sherry sometimes. When you see that a shot is so far uphill, you kind of give it that extra power you think it needs.
And we saw Jasmine make the exact same mistake.
Because you do not want to come up short. You know, if you're going to make a mistake, long is definitely, I would hope, was what these guys are looking for.
So I'm throwing the mid here to try and mitigate that distance, but...
And still give it your full swing.
But ended up a little bit left, a little bit inside, but not too bad.
Just a little bit errant. Just giving you some challenges to kind of overcome and grow as a player.
In decent bed, but we sat. So
I learn more from my bad rounds than I do my easy good rounds, you know?
Absolutely. All right, Huntington.
Oh, no.
Oh, nubbsing out. Ooh. And there is Josh with a separator birdie.
Yeah, that was a clutch putt right there.
So we've seen Josh make a couple clutch putts in a row. We'll see if that continues as we finish this and we see Huntington with the upside down tap in. So this is your traditional ending hole, hole 18, 200 feet. This is a great hole. You get to pick left gap or right gap, backhand or forehand, whatever is going to go straight for you and isn't going to skip away once it hits this hard pack green at the end.
And there's two lines you can kind of approach. I'm a fan of the left gap, just kind of going straight at the basket, but we may see some players going for the right hand gap over here. And
Josh Hatcher into the ground, but gets most of the way down there.
Shouldn't be a difficult three.
Easy three for sure. Is this another Berg shot? It might be.
It's a white one, so if he has a white Berg, maybe.
He has a white Berg with, yes, that tie-dye top. That is the Berg shot. And here might be that right-hand gap that you're talking about. No, he opts for the left-hand gap with a straight shot. Pure line, definitely could have gone in.
Well executed. That'll be a challenging putt. They'll have to definitely have to commit to that one.
Is that what you normally throw, just like a flip up down the side?
I'm not sure what he threw there, but I'll usually throw like a Warden, a putter, typically.
And I throw my Justice, something that's not going to flip over on me, and I'm out to circle's edge, I believe. Josh with a...
Putting her there.
Yeah, good enough approach.
A little bit of an intimidating... Wow!
Great putt from Jasmine to put it in.
That basket wanted to catch it. That was... I've seen cleaner putts come out of the basket, let's just say.
Absolutely. As we see some tap outs here, I've had a couple rounds where...
Huntington in for a nice two.
Absolutely. So here we are, hole 19, 165. This is an island. This is so tricky.
Gut check.
Yeah, this is less than circle one island, super fast green, not quite a jump putt, just far enough you have to throw it. And with a tough, well not tough, a edge of circle drop zone.
And in my opinion, you know, if you're playing at a competitive level, this is a shot you should absolutely have.
You absolutely should.
On any 4-par, on any 3-par, if this is going to be your approach, you absolutely want to put it there and make your next putt, even though this is pretty tight with a lot of consequences. I like the release on that one, maybe a little long.
It was like 3 feet long. I really love the throw. And does Josh get in?
Extended jump putt.
Yeah.
It looks like we're in on that one.
So it looks like Jasmine is also going to the drop zone, nails it.
Great drop zone putt.
Oh, dinker. Hey, it wasn't low though. Happy with that.
And practice. Yes, on target and good tempo.
And here we see a couple birdies from Huntington and Josh.
Somewhat of a separator hole.
Definitely. Like, it doesn't feel like it should be, but it's so punishing to miss the island.
Yes.
Okay, hole 20, we have 3 to play. This one is a 435-foot either sidearm or turnover or roller. The road is OB the entire left side. The next fairway over is OB the entire right side, and you're just trying to get onto this green and get a look. And with 3 to play, we've got Josh has a 2-stroke lead. I think this is a very common play, a big sidearm trying to get that downhill 435-foot distance, and that is a great shot from Huntington.
Nice and in the circle, that's going to be a really nice look, and maybe putting a little bit of pressure on the rest of the card to execute.
And I was surprised to see the turnover from Josh because he's got a great sidearm, but he gets the nasty cut roll to OB.
Yeah, does not get any air underneath that. That was definitely an interesting unforced error.
And here we go, Jaspin, cuts it
Same
inside, so that's probably 60, 70 short.
Shouldn't be a challenging
And
3 there.
I'm going roller here because why not?
Let's see if that catches some good angle. Nice, good catch. Bye. I don't see a turn signal.
So that ended
man.
about halfway through the road. I think that was about a 550-foot roller, and I only needed 435.
As a small positive takeaway, we've got a good approach there. Maybe just a little bit long for Josh.
So that's going to be to save his bogey. He'd probably like to be a little closer with only the 2-stroke lead, and now
definitely.
looking like a 1 or 2-stroke lead. He needs to make this putt.
Yeah, we're getting some intensity here as we're coming to the close.
And here I am at about 60.
Woo!
No problem.
Oh, all right, finding it. A little bit of pressure for Huntington here.
And he leaves it low.
I had to say it too. Oh man.
Okay, and Hatcher leaves the door open. Okay,
Wow.
that is a double bogey mistake to let Huntington back into the ball game.
Interesting. You never know how it's going to fall together. That's pretty crazy. I can imagine the kind of the nerves and the feelings going on in the card right now.
All right, here we are, hole 21, 150-foot shot. It is right behind this center tree here. If you land in the center tree, that's the last blocker. You're like a circle 2 look. There is OB right, and this wall behind it does play safe. So if you bomb it past it, you're fine.
Which you probably want to do, I would say.
So we're gonna see a lot of people take this kind of like inside gap, trying to get lucky through the tree line.
This hole is very challenging.
Absolutely. So
Looks like we're lining up a bit of a different shot here.
And Jaspin does go the wide route, but catches the blocker. I think that is safe. And
Extra different.
I am taking it way wide, way higher than everything, trying to take every tree out of play. And that's about...
Pretty much successful.
Yeah, 20-footer.
Okay.
Not too bad.
That's interesting. I don't think I would have even imagined that.
That was like a full power force
Yeah.
12-speed shot, so it was a lot of distance. As we see, Hatcher also landed the Guardian tree. And here's Jaspin. He gets through, but that's going to be a long putt to try and save par.
And that was relatively well executed for the stance and position that he had to.
And that's a great up from Josh.
Not easy.
And from...
Giving it a go.
Oh, the metal hit. He wanted to walk that in.
Good contact though. Great contact. Moving forward, I think that's definitely giving him some good feelings coming into the last 2 holes.
And that will be the last hole as our next hole at 22.
Oh, I got you, yes.
And great drive, but the putt's not there today. It's okay though.
These baskets are a little bit different though. I wonder if that maybe is getting into our players' heads with that shorter cage and maybe the different chain ratio.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that these ones you can blow through the chains, and so you kind of want to land it softly, and as soon as you start changing your putt, then you're going to have weird things happen.
Especially at this point in the round is an interesting challenge.
So here we are, hole 22, 220 feet. This is OB right in the rocks, OB left of the path, and it is OB short. It is marked as an island. And it plays as hazard, I believe, as we see Huntington get
Looks
OB.
like, really?
I think it was just barely.
Just barely, okay, yeah.
And I'm going with my zone, just trying to get this to crash the green and be safe. There we go.
Get a nice final birdie opportunity at the end of the round.
I love ending on a birdie. Nothing's better than that, as we see a super important shot from Josh with Huntington sitting out of bounds. And he was maybe 6 inches.
Yeah.
No, not even. 2 inches out of bounds on that path. We actually had to come to like a group decision that it was in fact out of bounds.
Right, and not leaning on a few blades of grass or something.
Yes.
That's another OB shot.
And
So-
I believe so. The grass played OB and the the grass played hazard. So he has to make
okay,
this
yeah.
to save, and then the path played OB. So here we are to save par, tied for the lead.
Yep.
Okay, so here we are.
Now the pressure kind
To
of
win.
shifts. Yeah.
Josh has to make this to save par because Huntington's sitting 4. And I
Wow.
think it's what you're talking about. These non-standard baskets are getting in the players' heads as I end on a birdie and show everyone how it's done on the last hole.
Yeah.
Took me 22 holes to do
At
it.
least a little bit of a positive conclusion from a pretty challenging round out there.
All right, well, seeing that bogey from both of our leaders, this is hole 1, 322 feet. We're coming back, seeing Huntington and Josh in a playoff sudden death for all of the glory. We have Huntington up first.
A lot of pressure building up to this as we've kind of seen things unfold in the back 9 here.
And that is a great shot. He's parked it, put a ton of pressure on Josh here.
Absolutely, which is precisely what you want to do is first to tee in a playoff.
And here we go. It's out wide, swinging back. 20-footer.
Not bad.
We've seen him make these all round, but a couple nervy ones.
And a similar miss, right side chains.
I think that's his 3rd right side miss in a row. And there we go.
Excellent.
Huntington makes the putt and takes it down. He is your Apex Open 2022 champion. It took extra holes to do it, but there we go.
Nice kudos we can see here.
And we had both Josh and Huntington run away at 31 down. We actually had a couple people sneak in. I can find the stats. So Ross Lou tied Jasmine at 16 down, and then I dropped to 6 with that 14. So we just had, so our 3rd place is Chris Lombardo.
Shout out Chris Lombardo.
And there we
shooting
can
out
see
there.
it now. So we had both Chris and Ross come in from the chase card with strong finishes.
Can see you in 6th there, Zach Schweikert in 2nd, Adam Petty and Shane Butler tying for 8th, and Dylan Pelkey.
At 10 under.
All really nice scores for the weekend.
Well, this was a great event. It was a super fun culmination to the Apex 2022 season. I know I'm going to be excited to play the Apex series next season. Do you have any final thoughts?
Apex has done some amazing stuff for the clubs and tournaments in this area, and I'm super excited to see what they're going to showcase next year and what they're going to bring to the Apex Open next year.
Yeah, I think you're right. They've done a really good job of spearheading a lot of tournaments, a lot of community events throughout the region, and they're really trying to grow disc golf in northern Idaho and eastern Washington.
Yeah, I think you said it there, that community enrichment and just being consistent and having events to play regularly and just getting people together regularly in a really positive competitive environment. So I totally love what Apex is doing for this local Idaho, Washington area. It's super cool to see.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you to our sponsors, Tubbs Coffee Roasters, Tile by Edwin, Chris Faulkner, and Jack's Rapid Fire, and of course our title sponsor, Caddy Daddy. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thanks so much for following along.